All right. Welcome to the Pitchfork podcast for February the 12th, 2021. Guys, if you'd like to participate in the show, you can dial 253-203-6781. Again, number dialing is 253-203-6781. I'm going to go to open the Skype lines right now so you guys can call in. You also like to participate in the show. You can also join my Discord server's voice chat. Let me know that you joined, and if you let me know that you've joined, I'll jump in, and it'll be just like a phone call. I understand that some people don't have phones during this time, so I get it, and I want to be able to be accessible to everybody. So with that being said, guys, we're going to get into the general news. We're going to cover several news stories. I'm working on clipping out everything so that I can make sure that we have everything up and ready to go. So with that being said, guys, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you like the content. Make sure you share the stream. You let people know that I run the stream, because that's the only way that I grow, guys. Is I'm growing through you right now. I'm not growing through YouTube, because YouTube has resorted to algorithmically demoting me. So with that being said, guys, I need your support. I need you guys to share my content and let people know that I run this content, because otherwise people will not know that I even exist, because YouTube wants to give priority to news organizations over smaller content creators, and I think that is bullshit, personally, in my opinion. Now, you can agree or disagree. It doesn't really make me a difference, but in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think that that's personally wrong, but and I will not stand for that. I will speak out against it at every point. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get straight into the news. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share button. Make sure, guys, make sure that you guys are sharing the content, because if you don't share the content, I do not exist, guys, according to YouTube. According to YouTube, apparently CNN is better than me, and I don't personally agree with that. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into the live scene. Let's go ahead and get into the show. All right. All right, guys, so we're going to be covering several news stories. We're not going to start off with TMZ today. We're going to start with Fox News. We're going to get into CNN a little bit, because we haven't been showing CNN a whole lot of love, and I know that some of you probably are happy with that. All right, our first story. It's coming from Fox News. I'm going to give you guys a link to that story. That way you guys have a link to it. All right, link is in the YouTube chat. I'm going to toss it over in Twitch chat. Plug my phone in real quick. Charge while I'm doing the podcast, at least. All right, so that being said, we're going to get into this news article right now. All right. So, New York State lawmaker will ask legislator to impeach Cuomo over nursing home scandal. It's worth it for the legislator to explore, because this is far-reaching, Montesano said. This is written by Fox News. Vandana Rambaran of Fox News pushes out on today, on February 12th, 2021. Exclusive. New York Assemblyman Michael Montesanto said he plans to ask the state legislature to consider impeaching Governor Andrew Cuomo after a bombshell admission by his top aide that their office allegedly covered up data on COVID-19 nursing home deaths to shake off a Justice Department probe on the matter. We've been calling for subpoenas in a hearing for quite a while, Montesano, a Republican member of the state's Oversight and Investigations Committee, told Fox News. This news of the last several days is extremely troubling to me, and I'm going to be asking today for his resignation, and I'm going to be asking, and I'm also going to be asking the legislator to look into to explore filing articles of impeachment against the governor if he doesn't resign. That is interesting, because again, like you basically have an impeachment trial that's going on right now in the Senate, while simultaneously you have Republicans in New York who's asking for an impeachment trial against Andrew Cuomo in New York because of the nursing home scandal about the COVID deaths. The COVID deaths being a lot higher than than, you know, what the state originally reported. Now, that was originally discovered by several other organizations. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit out to several organizations. It wasn't just the government that did it, but it was also the state attorney general's office that was discovering that there was some discrepancies in some of that. So, this is pretty official. Calls for a criminal probe against Cuomo and his staff mounted after Melissa DeRosa, the secretary to the governor, told top New York Democrats on Thursday that Cuomo's administration feared the data about COVID-19 deaths could be used against us by the Justice Department in the midst of its federal probe initiated against 4 states regarding nursing home deaths, including New York, and thus the administration withheld the actual death count. Wow. So the secretary to Andrew Cuomo said that the data could be used against them, and they hid the data so that the Justice Department couldn't go after them. Wow. That is definitely criminal. I mean, you gotta admit, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, you gotta concede that is criminal. I mean, you sat there and you held deaths. You sat there and you held deaths, bro. Oh no, that is definitely criminal. Like you can't downplay that shit. That's definitely, come on, man. That's some scumbag shit. That's some scumbag shit right there. Wow. This is now criminal. Montesano, a Republican who represents District 15, said the governor wants to talk about how our attacks on him are political. They're not political. This we've had an inkling all the while that they were covering stuff up, and now she admitted that she covered up that she covered stuff up because she knew that the Department of Justice has an active investigation going on of the nursing home problems, which a lot of us in the legislature, especially in the minority, requested that they do. She's obstructing an investigation. This is what makes it even more troubling, he added. Wow. Wow, that is, if true, Cuomo's got to go to jail for this. If true, that aide and Cuomo and everybody who knew, they got to go to jail for this, man. There's no question about it. There's no discussion about it. There's no. People got to go to jail for this, man. This man, Andrew Cuomo, sat there and hid COVID-19 deaths because he knew that the freaking DOJ was on to them, and the DOJ was Oh no, People's got to go to jail for this. No, Cuomo, he's got to step down. He's got to resign. This is. I'm not gonna use Watergate because again, everyone uses Watergate. Everything calls it gate. This is nursing home gate. This is really bad. These are dead old people, and I'm going to tell you, the general public is not gonna smile well on this, man. The general public is not gonna smile well. Oh my God! Wow. If true, because again, I do remember her saying this. That part of it is true. Now, could it be manipulated? Let's see. Because the top aide, I think she tried to clarify what she said, right? Let me see here. Right. So this video is published directly afterwards by the same author here. Cuomo aide attempts to clarify bombshell admission in COVID-19 nursing home deaths probe. We were comprehensive and transparent in our responses to the DOJ, DeRosa said. No, you weren't. There were a lot more. There were a lot more deaths, right? A lot more deaths than what they originally reported. No, that seems a little bit too. That seems a little too intentional, right? A little too intentional. Melissa DeRosa, secretary to Governor Andrew Cuomo, attempted to walk back an earlier admission that the state withheld COVID-19 nursing home deaths data on purpose, insisting Friday that the governor's office was comprehensive and transparent in responding to records requests from the Trump administration's Justice Department. On a phone call with New York's Democratic lawmakers on Thursday, DeRosa reportedly said that Cuomo's administration feared the data would about COVID-19 deaths could be used against us by the Justice Department in the midst of his federal probe initiated against 4 states regarding nursing home deaths, including New York. Wow.
It seems to me a strange thing.
It's a very strange thing. Because so when you say something like that, I don't see how many ways you can spin a direct statement like that. We were comprehensive and transparent in our responses to the DOJ.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
Wow.
That's bullshit. Stop. That's bullshit. Stop lying.
That's bullshit. Stop lying. That's bullshit. Stop lying. That's not true. And you know that's not true. You know that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't feed me the bullshit. Don't feed me the bullshit. All right. Because bottom line is, a lot of New Yorkers have been asking questions about this shit. Oh, we have a comment in the YouTube chat. Thank you for the Tom Tillis video. That's from DM Cosmic Chaos. Anytime. Tom Tillis is a piece of shit. He's a giant piece of shit. He tried to blame Latino people for COVID-19 spreading when he had knowledge of the virus, like many of the Republican Party and also Democrat Party and also every party. Every politician knew ahead of time about the COVID-19 and how bad it was, but all of a sudden they want to pretend they want to blame the American people. They want to blame China. They want to blame everybody under the sun. But bottom line is, at the end of the day, the people who are ultimately responsible are the people who shut down the goddamn economy, which is the American government. They sat down there and they shut down the fucking, you know, the economy, gave people $1,800 total funky ass dollars while they bailed out big banks, gave billions of dollars to the other goddamn countries, while you have single parents here who are struggling. You have businesses that have been shut down, people that have saved up money for their whole goddamn lives. You got GameStop that was basically gonna goddamn fail, AMC, Regal, and then when you get people teaming together and fucking over a bunch of investment bankers and a bunch of goddamn stockbrokers, basically the American government and Robinhood and other apps and other companies and big powerful interests, they step in to stop the American people from doing that, and people from around the goddamn world. So it is very, very interesting how people like Tom Tillis, he's always so concerned about the budget only when it affects his bottom line and the bottom line of his allies. That giant piece of fucking shit. The only reason why he actually won his damn election, the only reason why, oh my God, the only reason why he won his damn election, the only reason why is because the person that he was running against, Cal Cunningham or whatever the hell his goddamn name is, he couldn't keep it in his goddamn pants. That was the only reason why. Oh my God, that was the only reason why. The only reason why. Outside of that, he's a piece of shit and nobody would ever goddamn vote for him. Cal Cunningham was destroying him in the goddamn polls until that shit happened. Until it came out that he couldn't keep it in his goddamn pants. Right? Until it was discovered that he couldn't keep it in his goddamn pants, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, all of a sudden, people lose their goddamn mind. And he's also trying to turn copyright strikes into a goddamn felony. You know what? Let's go ahead and cover that real quick, because again, I think that's very, very important news. Very, very important point that you brought up. Very, very much good on point. DM Cosmic Chaos over on YouTube chat. Tom Tillis copyright felony. And I think you have a very, very good point. Let's bring that up. All right, guys. So you got a link to that on the YouTube chat. Give you a link to that on the Twitter chat. No, on the Twitch chat. By the way, thank you Twitch for supporting me. I appreciate it. All right, so this is from The Verge. New felony streaming measure is aimed at privacy services, not Twitch streamers. But that doesn't mean that all copyright changes are harmless. Written by McKenna Kelly, December 22nd, 2020. Yes, Congress approved a new bill Monday that would classify illegal streaming as a felony offense, but the feds won't be going after your favorite Twitch streamers, YouTubers, or their subscribers. They're more interested in services dedicated to streaming pirated content. So once again, pirated content. Basically, places like sites like Watch Cartoons online, Put Locker, sites like that. You know, basically, sites that give you free content that you don't got to pay for. And right now, these companies, they basically want to crack down on that. Says, oh, it's costing them money. They're stealing all this stuff, and it's like, okay. The problem with that is the one reason why Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Amazon Prime, name any streaming service that you can think of. The only reason why they are at the prices that they're at is because of these pirated content. Because they know that if there's pirated content out there, that a lot of you are just gonna seek that out instead of paying for that. So why are they gonna jack up the price? Then it makes their services and their monthly fees that less attractive. So the streaming services and everything else, you know, the AT&Ts, the ones that have the NBA packages, the NFL packages, the soccer league, or what in some people in Europe and beyond the US would call football. People who own those TV and those streaming packages, they don't want that content out there because they want to jack up the prices. Think about it. It works just like I want you to consider this, right? It works just like a stream, right? Like a stream of water. If the only place to come and get that stream of water is through, you know, your area, then you can pretty much charge whatever you want for damn water, because the stream only comes through your area. But let's say someone starts digging some ditches and start diverting that water. Well, that changes things considerably, doesn't it? It changes then to people can now get a slice of the pie. It's very, very similar to what's happening with Robinhood and with other services with the stock market. It's very, very similar. Very similar concept. Right. Monday night, Congress approved an over $2 trillion government spending and coronavirus relief package that included a handful of controversial copyright and trademark measures. A felony streaming bill authored by Senator Tom Tillis, Republican from New York, was included as part of that massive package. The news circulated all across the internet in a poorly headlined Hollywood Reporter article, tweets, and YouTube videos. Quickly, content creators and their fans grew increasingly concerned that the bill could threaten their livelihoods or their favorite means of entertainment. But the problem with that is that the reason why Verge people were believing that is because the government has full stop just allowed these streaming services to just throttle freaking YouTubers, and also YouTube itself, Google itself, Google and Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. They've allowed these social media companies and especially the ones that actually allow streaming to basically throttle content creators, to censor them. And so when you start adding government measures on top of that to a market that already feels censored, out. That's my dog. Out. What then happens is that you've now generated artificial paranoia, right? You've now generated artificial paranoia in that people are unnecessarily paranoid. People are unnecessarily scared of things that may or may not even happen. So Tom Tillis, he again, it's very, very interesting. Again, what I always say is it's very interesting to see what people put their energy into. Very interesting, isn't it? It's always interesting to see what people put their energy into. The question becomes, why would he do this? Now, let me show you something real quick. Follow the money. If you always follow the money, you can always tell why somebody does things that they do. So this is Tom Tillis. In this race, he's raised over $38 million. And I'm going to show you the reason why he probably did this. And I haven't even looked at his follow the money page yet. I haven't even looked at it even once. Not even once. But I'm willing to bet that I'm right about this, that I'm right on the money, that I just somehow I use my super Negro mind powers, and I somehow guesstimated this one. I guarantee you, top industries. Who is donating to Tom Tillis? Okay. Almost $1 million from lawyers and lobbyists. The better part of $1 million for securities and investments, real estate. You got some from leadership PACs, some from help. Oh, so that's why you didn't do shit about COVID-19. That's why you probably were backing out and you were making all the moves that you were making, because you were just like Kelly Loeffler. Just like Kelly Loeffler. Just like Kelly Loeffler. That is very interesting. That is very, oh, wait a minute. TV, movie, film / production. They've been giving money to you. So see, once again, just like I told you with Netflix, Netflix is into TV, movie, and film production. Warner Brothers, YouTube. You know YouTube is. You know Google is. You know Amazon is. Amazon most definitely is. They got the freaking Mandalorian. They've been giving money to these people. That's why he is pushing legislation that he's pushing. I mean, when they're donating to your campaign and they're putting some money in your pocket. I mean, recreation and live entertainment. General business. What do you think that actually is? Another way of saying the TV and film industry. They might be listed under two different names, but sometimes follow the money that doesn't always catch it, because a lot of this right here is like automated. All right, a lot of this is automated. All right, so let's see. Computer equipment and services, another one. Telecom services and equipment, because again, these are from the same sources, right? Because many of the streaming services or the streaming providers, they are also dealing telecom services like AT&T. Pharmaceuticals. All of a sudden, he's getting donations from pharmaceuticals, right? Oil and gas. I mean, all you gotta do is just follow the money. Isn't it incredible how I never looked at this page even once, but just somehow used my super Negro mind powers to just know he was getting donations from the same industries that were involved in the, how should I say, the streaming industry. Because I'm going to let you know, he's a senator. That's over 100 senators, and they would also give money to congressmen, and there's hundreds of them. You think of the kind of money that they gave this guy, they can't be giving it to everybody. Oh, my God. No, they're being selective. Aren't you selective with your money? Aren't you selective with your money? Oh, my God. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, once again, man, it's very interesting what people put their energy into. If you just look at deeper into what people put their energy into, you would find what the reason why they're doing it. You would find it. You know, I mean, and DM, if you're still listening, and I hope you are, because I did that whole segment just for you, man. You know, I want you to go to North Carolina. I want you to take all those links I just gave you and show people that. Show people the truth. Show people the truth about Tom Tillis. Because I think a lot of people haven't really come to terms with that. I don't think people have come to terms with the fact of who he is. You know? Because my thing is that Cal Cunningham, yeah, he did have the whole sexy scandal, but my thing is, so did Bill Clinton. I mean, Donald Trump, anybody who's voted for Trump can't criticize Cal Cunningham, for infidelity, because we know Trump definitely engaged in infidelity probably multiple times. I mean, there's no question in my mind. If he did it while running for president, knowing how that's gonna look, is there any doubt in your mind that he's done that numerous times? He probably does it on like a regular basis, and Melania probably knows about it. In fact, she probably gets it on too. Shoot, Melania, man, she probably spread eagle for the freaking pool boy right now. She probably getting her back blown out by the pool boy right now. Ain't they going to Florida? Oh, you know, she probably with a freaking Puerto Rican right now, getting her back blown out, or Cuban, or Cuban, or however you say it. She probably getting that back blown out right now, because you know old Donnie ain't giving it to her. You know, with a body like that, old Donnie ain't giving it to her. You know old Donnie ain't making her go, ooh, daddy, give it to me now. You know that. Oh, my God, you know that now. These little CBD, it keeps my energy level down, and brings naturals in. So I do that before we get into the next news story, and it keeps me going. It keeps me fueled. So let me go ahead and get a little swig of my moonshine here. All right, let's get back into the news. All right, so that was a pretty good funny little thing to get into. All right, so let's move forward here. This Britney Spears story and Janet Jackson story is kind of interesting. I do want to cover it a little bit. I was going to cover it with TMZ, but I think Fox News, I'm going to cover it from the right a little bit, but I'm going to shift. I'm going to shift left a little bit later. Don't you guys worry. I'm not going to stay right the whole time. Oh, man. I appreciate it, and I will. Trump's wife was pregnant when Trump was with Stormy. Yeah. I guarantee you, man, the pool boy was beating them. The pool boy was beating them guts in, bro. I guarantee you. Like Charles Barkley said, guarantee. Guaranteed. Yo, the pool boy was blowing that back out. No questions asked, my dude. Like, listen. I understand some of you might be a Trump fan. I get it, man. I get it, baby. Guarantee. You know, I understand some of y'all Trump fans. But, man, look here. Look here. You gotta admit, Melania, if you look at her, right, you look at her body, you look out at how hot she was when she met Trump, you look at her when she was younger, there ain't no way in hell, there ain't no way in fucking hell you gonna tell me she with Donald Trump because of his dashing good looks. Fuck off. No, sir. No, guaranteed. She's with him because it's all about the money. Looks like freaking Shane McMahon's theme song from WWE. You know Shane McMahon's song? It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Money, 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 money. Yo, let me ask you a question, right? If you listening to this podcast and you gay, right? You go look at Donald Trump. Are you sucking that dick without getting at least $20? I mean, $20 is $20, but I can't understand if you ask for a little bit more. Yo, Cosmic Squirrel, what's going on? His power, his money, women love it. Yes, you're right, Cosmic Squirrel. Because it's like you said, if you're a multi-billionaire or you got a bunch of money, women will let you grab them by the pussy. He wasn't lying. I mean, that is true. You look at the freaking NBA, you look at the NFL, especially the goddamn NBA, them damn ugly goddamn trolls. Oh my God, them motherfuckers is ugly as shit. They look like goddamn. Them motherfuckers look like something that the fucking Discovery Channel should go and goddamn in fucking search of. It look like, yo, it look like a fucking a Bigfoot hunter's wet dream, you know. Oh my God. Yo, listen. Guaranteed. Okay. Some of them cats is Ugg life, yo. Not thug life, Ugg life. Oh man. Ugg life. It's ergonomics, you know. Guarantee. Oh my God. Let me go ahead and give you guys a link to this story here, man. All right, you got a link to the story? All right. We go get into this story. Yo, dog, I'm telling you, man. There's some people out there who's like, oh, no, Donald Trump is just smooth. Shut the fuck up. Lying ass. You know the goddamn truth. That motherfucker ugly as shit and he dumb. Shit, so he don't know shit. Shut your lying ass up. Oh my God, man. People kill me when they start bullshitting, yo. People kill me. They kill me. All right, so this is coming from Fox News. Justin Timberlake apologizes to Britney Spears, Janet Jackson amid backlash. I am deeply sorry. Oh my God.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
You ain't sorry as motherfucker. You sorry that you got caught. Oh my God. You know, it's very interesting, the freaking left-leaning people out there saying, oh, calling everybody sexist. Oh, you're sexist. You're backwards and everything else. And it's very, very interesting to see them get caught up. See them get caught up. See them get in trouble. See them get canceled, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
Give your meat a good old rub.
Give your meat a good old rub.
It.
That's
and
it.
Hot.
Nice and hot.
Spicy meat.
Spicy meat.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Yes, sir. It is very nice to see some people get their just fucking desserts. Because, you know, I like Justin Timberlake to a certain degree. I like, you know, motherfucking songs like that. I like those kind of songs. But, you know, Justin Timberlake is a fucking asshole. Oh, my God. Let's not get it twisted. Man, I tell you, man. The Crimea River singer faced backlash this week after his breakup was from Spears years ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, how you getting canceled over a breakup from years ago from a washed up has-been? Like, I'm not even coming at Britney Spears hard. Like I actually like Britney Spears a lot. I do. I've changed my view of Britney Spears over time because I've grown a lot of empathy for her, right? But damn, man, this is a fucked up way to get canceled. You know, he fucking deserves it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I'm not taking up for the man. Right? I'm not taking up for the man, right? Right? I'm not. But I mean, damn, homie getting canceled. Yo, that's some fucking Infinity Stone level shit. Like Britney Spears came back. She came back to the future, you know, with the fucking Thanos Infinity Stone and snapped that nigga career out of fucking existence, yo, overnight. Oh my God. Yo. Yo, how the fuck your career is getting canceled by ex of bitches past? She's an X-Man, Days of Future Past. Oh my God. Nigga, how's you getting canceled by a bitch from the past, bro? Damn, that's fucked. Oh my God. Bro, you gotta admit, that's some funny shit. Bro, listen, that's some crazy shit there. How you get canceled from the past? How you get canceled in the present? From a bitch from the past. And all you did really was break up with a bitch. Like, oh my God. I mean, yeah, he did some other shady, dirty shit. I get that. But ultimately, you know, for the longest time, we just held it as he just broke up with the bitch. Damn, bro. How you get canceled from the past? This bitch Thanos snapped your ass, bro. This bitch used a fucking time version of the fucking demons raging from goddamn Street Fighter from damn Akuma, yo. She demon raged this bitch. Oh my God. She demon raged this motherfucker. Yo, how you let a bitch from the past, a breakup from the past, and another person pulling out a goddamn titty, come back to Thanos snap your ass in the present during a global pandemic when people can easily pay attention to other shit besides you? Oh my God. Damn. Woo, boy, that is rough, homie. That's rough. God damn. Oh my God. Bro, how you get canceled by a bitch from the past, bro? Like, that's some rough shit, bro. You gotta admit, that's some goddamn. Like, no matter what that man did, you gotta feel bad. You gotta feel a little bad for that man, bro. You gotta feel just a little bad for that man, bro. God damn. God damn. Let's get to this article here. Justin Timberlake apologizes to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson amid backlash. I am deeply sorry. The Crimea River singer faced backlash this week after his breakup from Spears years ago. Melissa Roberto from Fox News. Oh my God. How does your whole career get Thanos snapped from a breakup from a bitch from the past? God damn. That's rough, bro. That's hurting. Listen, if you want to know what hurting is, man, that's hurting. That's hurting, man. Justin Timberlake has issued an apology to his ex, Britney Spears, and Janet Jackson amid fallout he's received following the release of the Framing Britney Spears documentary. I've seen the messages, tags, comments, and concerns, and I want to respond. I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and in many others, and have benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. Timberlake's statement on Instagram begins. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Cry me a river. Cry me, cry me. Oh no. No, son, no. What you don't do is bring that shit up. Listen, what you want to do is say, listen, that wasn't me to tape. You gotta pull a Shaggy. It wasn't me. You caught me on camera. It wasn't me. You caught me in the sofa. It wasn't me. No, you gotta Shaggy that shit, bro. You deny everything. You don't ever admit the shit. You don't. Listen. Listen, you don't ever admit the shit. There's a reason why your Miranda rights is you have the right to remain silent. You shut the fuck up. You don't say shit. Oh my God. No. Justin, no. She don't say shit. Justin, be quiet. No. Where's your PR manager? Where is he at? So I can slap that nigga twice. No. You don't say shit. You go into hiding, okay? You find the nearest boat to Cambodia or some shit. You go underground for a couple years. Niggas tend to forget some shit, all right? I'm telling you right now. People have totally forgotten that Mike Tyson beat the shit out of his ex-wife. People have totally forgotten that. People have totally forgotten that Stone Cold Steve Austin allegedly did the exact same shit. People have totally forgotten that shit, okay? I'm telling you. People have a short-term memory. Go into hiding. Find Cambodia. Get on the boat. Find the fucking... Find Godzilla. Hit your goddamn ride. He's heading to goddamn Japan soon. Yo... No, you don't admit the shit. You shut the fuck up, Justin. Why is you admitting the shit, Justin? Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it. Like that one Drake song. You remember that? You remember that one Drake song? Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it. No. Justin, no. Justin. Why would you admit to anything, Justin? When that documentary comes out, right? And they start throwing shit at you, you deny everything. You immediately go into hiding. You get on the next boat to Cambodia or Timbuktu or Australia, because let's be honest, I mean, I love Australia, but people go there to hide because if somebody go off into the fucking Australian bush, who the fuck is gonna really go out there and look? I mean, I just found out that what some crazy percentage of fucking Australia is goddamn desert. I'm not going to no fucking desert to go find nobody. I don't give a fuck if it's goddamn the ghost of goddamn Epstein. Fuck that nigga. I'm not going out there because y'all got crazy goddamn animals. Y'all animals are goddamn fucking crazy as shit. You got goddamn wild kangaroos and shit. Boxing fucking deer. Niggas, I don't want to go out into a fucking wilderness, all right, to go square up with no goddamn boxing deer. So you know what? If I'm Justin goddamn Timberlake, I'm going out there and I'm learning some fucking Australian Aborigine goddamn language and shit, and I'm hiding out there, okay? I'm not saying shit. I'm not admitting the shit. I don't know shit. I ain't opening my mouth. I ain't saying a goddamn thing. But Justin's dumbass, oh my God, his dumbass. Damn. God damn. God damn. You know, it makes you realize just how dumb a lot of these celebrities are and how dumb it is to ever listen to any of them. It makes you realize it. This man, right? Yo, my man Cosmic Squirrel in the chat. He says, imagine Timberlake out there, no hair dryer, fighting goannas. We look after you, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't give a shit what was in that documentary. If I'm Justin Timberlake, I ain't admitting the shit. I don't know shit. You can't prove it. It be like, well, we got you on camera. It wasn't me. I'm pulling the goddamn Shaggy. Okay? I'm pulling the Shaggy. It wasn't me. I'ma shaggy the fuck out this, man. It wasn't me. Seriously. Justin, no, man. Yo. Yo, man. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it, Justin. I can't believe it, man. It wasn't me. That's what I'm saying. Listen. As soon as they would have came with that documentary bullshit, be like, hey, people come at me on Twitter, they came at me on freaking Instagram, they came at me everywhere. I'd be like, I would pull a Shaggy. He said they caught me on camera. It wasn't me. I don't care. I'm denying everything. Say, what the fuck is wrong with you, Justin? Let's go ahead and watch this Instagram post. It's gonna be interesting. All right, let's go ahead and look at this. All right, this is funny as hell, right? This is funny as hell. Right. I've seen the messages, tags, comments, and concerns, and I want to respond. I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and in many others and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, both individually, because I care for and respect these women, and I know I failed. Oh, no. You don't say this when people are attacking you. You shut the fuck up. You go into hiding. Okay? You get the next boat to Cambodia. All right? You learn some Cambodianese or whatever the fuck they get them speak there. All right? You learn some Japanese. You go to goddamn Japan. You become a fucking real life goddamn anime character, You wake up every morning with some fucking anime goddamn music, Slow motion anime music. You get out of bed in like slow motion, all right? You become Japanese. You suddenly develop a goddamn work ethic, okay? You don't admit the shit. You go into hiding. That's what Mike Tyson did. Mike Tyson, his ass went into hiding. His ass started drinking damn DMT, started talking about the fucking toad and shit, the frog and the toad. And do you know the goddamn toad? What the fuck is you goddamn talking about, Mike? Nobody fucking knew. Nobody had no goddamn clue. But this motherfucker went into hiding. He shut the fuck up. Stone Cold Steve Austin, when all that shit came out about him and Deborah, his fucking wife, right? His ass was accused of beating her up and everything else. She had all kind of injuries, all that shit. It was allegedly all true. Allegedly, right? So what did Stone Cold do? He stopped wrestling. He went low profile, little bullshit TV shows here and there, bullshit ones. But then he came back strong. Why? Because he shut the fuck up and he went away for a good little minute and he came back. Right? Justin, you don't admit shit, man. You don't, bro. Listen, if you a lawyer, right? If you a lawyer, you never want this kind of nigga right here as your damn client. Hell no. Oh no. You admit to the crime? No. Oh no. No, you never do this. You just be quiet. You don't say shit. No. You give him the Kanye response. Jesus is king. And you fucking about face. Okay? I also feel compelled to respond in part because everyone involved deserves better. And most importantly, because this is a larger conversation that I wholeheartedly want to be a part of and grow from. No, you don't want to be a part of the conversation. You want to be in Cambodia. Okay? Get on the next boat. Justin, no. You don't admit the shit. They trying to cancel you, brother. You don't say shit. You be quiet. You disappear. You fucking ninja smoke. You fucking did it. Pot smoke. Disappear. No. Justin, no. No, Justin, you don't give in. You don't say this shit. They won't stop now. They'll be like P. Diddy in that one song. Can't stop, won't stop, dinner, Justin, no. Don't do it, Justin. Don't do it. I believe in you, brother. Just hold on. Hold on to your faith, brother. I know it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I mean, I know you saw what Marilyn Manson going through. But if you just hold on, if you just pull the Mike Tyson, the Stone Cold Steve Austin, the freaking Kevin Hart, okay? You notice how Kevin Hart, he also went missing for a long, long while. And he came back with comedy specials. He came back stronger. Dave Chappelle went away for a long, long while. Came back stronger. All right, brother, you will get past this. But I'm gonna need you to go get a ticket to goddamn Cambodia immediately. All right. Cause I swear for Lord, that is the cure to anything. Cause Mike Tyson beat the shit out of goddamn Robin Givens out of his ex-wife. That was Mike Tyson fish that bitch was fucking catching. All right, them was Iron Mike she was catching. All right, them wasn't normal fists. All right, them wasn't the fists of a goddamn mortal. All right. And Mike Tyson, his whole public image has been transformed. All right? I don't give a shit what nobody say. That nigga's public image is immaculate. All right? People want to see Mike Tyson box over the age of goddamn 50. All right? His public image is immaculate. So if Mike Tyson can recover from goddamn that, you can too, brother. I just need you to leave the country. Get a ticket to like Australia. Go to the fucking Australia outback somewhere. Go to some deep part of like Africa. Get some malaria. But you'll be fine. You know, a lot of people get it and they do recover. But a lot don't. Jesus. Just bring some of them pills. Some the hydroxychloroquine. Even though it's gonna make you shit. Because you know I took them before we actually deployed to combat, and we used to call them the shitty pills. So you know, just get ready for that. But just again. Pick a place that's far and just remote. Basically, make it so that if a camera crew wants to come follow you, a paparazzi, they're putting their own lives at goddamn risk by doing so. Okay, because of the natural environments, maybe the locals who may like you over fucking them or any other numerous factors. Okay, that's what you want to do. Mike Tyson did it. Dave Chappelle did it. He went to fucking Africa or some shit, some crazy. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Snoop Dogg did it. Snoop Dogg, man, he been involved with all kinds of shit, gang banging, shootings, drug dealing. I mean, you fucking name it. And Snoop Dogg had his own fucking cartoon character, marketed to goddamn kids. Oh my God! So if he can do that, you'll be just fine, Justin. I need you to get a fucking ticket to goddamn Cambodia immediately, brother. All right. You'll be fine. I will get you through this. All right. Fire your publicist. All right. Hire me. I will get you through this, Justin. Fire him immediately. That brother does not care about you. I care about you. At the cost of a few mosquito bites, Justin, you too could be in the African bush. And your whole career could be saved. You could come back and have your own cartoon on their Cartoon Network like Mike Tyson Mysteries. Oh my God, Justin. You don't admit the shit, brother. No. Justin, no. Justin, you don't admit the shit, brother. Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. Oh, Lord. Justin. Cry me a river. Cry me. Ah, man. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I do that every day. That same energy that you just saw, I do that every day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the content. Make sure you share the content. So other people can know, because I do this kind of rants almost every goddamn article. Every time we talk about a story, I do this kind of rants, man. I'm pretty good at it. I'm better live than I am in standalone video form, even though I do those too. I just made a video about it's called it's under news and views in under a minute, and I just put out a video. It's about Senator Tom Tillis, and I want you guys to check out that video because that video was pretty good. I went in on Tom Tillis. I think that the video was pretty good, so I want you guys to have it, and I want you guys to share it and make sure you share it with your friends, especially if they are in North Carolina. So let me go ahead and get you guys that real quick. There you go. That's in the YouTube chat. I'm gonna go pop in Twitch chat. Thank you, Twitch, for supporting me. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Trovo. Thank you, everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the next news story. Before we do that, though, I'm gonna go ahead and hit up my little CBD real quick before we get my fuel going, because it takes a lot of energy to do what I do. But I do it live every day for you guys. I love doing this. This is what I would love it if I can get 100,000 people like watching like live. That's what I would love. So make sure you guys share the content and try to convince your friends to come and like watch. Because I mean, that whole rant was fucking incredible, right? That whole rant was fucking incredible. People should see that rant. But the only way that they're gonna see that is if you're sharing and you're convincing people to come and watch. All right. All right. Oh, dude, I thought of something for you. A doc called Utopia. It's about the treatment of Native people here. But brace yourself. It's fucking hard to watch. Okay, so we could take a quick detour from, you know what? Because you are in the live chat, and I'm gonna give you some love. So it is about your heart. It is about your home country, man. I know you're in Africa. So which part again? I did not know. Like which part? You never told me. I mean, I know you said it in the live chat. Yeah, I know. I know you said in the live chat, but you never told me that like directly. I think you were like responding to other people. But I would love to know like which country you're actually from, so that I can kind of like look up that documentary, because I would love to see it, man. I would love to see it, because I mean, I don't mind taking a little bit of detour, especially for somebody who's consistently supported me like you have. Is it a long or short one? Because if it's like a long one, I could do like a video review of it a little bit later. But if there's like some other information that can be shown in a little bit of a shorter form, I would love to go ahead and do it. So just let me know. Australia, okay, Australia. Oh my God, let's get into it. All right, Australia. All right, let me go and actually, I think that there's something that's very, very interesting. I want to see something real quick, because I know, is it on YouTube? The L key on my keyboard is broken. I gotta get some glue and glue it back down. Utopia. So it's a film. How long is it? How long is the film? I'm wondering. It's got a pretty good rating. What's the runtime? What's the runtime? Let's see. Let's just look at the synopsis. It's a 2013 film, and Utopia is a 2013 documentary film written and produced, presented by John Pilger and directed by Pilger and Alan Lowry, that explores the experiences of Aboriginal Australians in modern Australia. The title is derived from the Aboriginal homeland community of Utopia, Northern Territory, one of the poorest and most desolate areas of Australia. Wow. So the runtime is 110 minutes. So obviously we can't watch that live, and I'll be hit with a bunch of copyright claims, obviously. But wow, that is crazy. I'm very interested to see, because again, I'm gonna post the link to it in the live chat, what I'm looking at now. because so that people can kind of like go and look at it themselves. So if they're interested to go and see more about it, they can. That is very interesting though, because I kind of figured that they would be treated pretty badly, given that they are the natives there, but I had never really looked into it, and I'm very, very curious now, because as you kind of figured, those kind of stories would be very interesting and very intriguing to me in particular. I would be very, very interested in that. Let me go ahead and look us up on YouTube real quick, because I want to see if there's something on YouTube about that. I always encourage YouTube over any other source, mainly because I want other people to use it. Let's see, Australia racism. I wonder. Yeah, I do recall there was a lot of problems with racism in freaking Australia, and a lot of people downplayed it. I have heard of a lot of issues with that, especially with indigenous people. And that is pretty crazy, man. I'm not saying that that Australia is racist. I'm saying that there's a lot of racism within Australia, right? I think that there's definitely a problem. There's definitely a problem. Especially given the whole thing with COVID-19 and some of the feelings towards. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have a few comments in the live chat from College Squirrel. We have a different situation going on down here. It's thorough world. I would love to hear your take as a BLM guy. We have Debs in custody here. Oh wow, yeah. I've heard a few stories about that, especially given how, and I would say there's almost a disregard for Native lives there, for the Aboriginals. Like for example, there's this whole notion that they are stupid. They're dumb people, and then when you listen to how some of the especially like, and it's not every white Australian, but it's only white Australians that I've heard talk like this. When they discuss the Aboriginals, they'll discuss like them drinking like petrol, and then it's like it's like, oh well, they're fucking stupid, like they drink petrol, and it's like, god damn, like in the way that, and you hear some people, because I've definitely have heard jokes, and I've definitely given way to some of the jokes. You can go ahead and judge me for that, but I don't do that kind of shit anymore. I will admit to my problem with doing that in the past, and if you want to judge me for that, that's totally fine. But understand that it was a fucking joke. It wasn't me being serious. I've heard jokes about black people and I've laughed at it. All right. So again, I've noticed that there's been definitely some, I wouldn't say there's not that Australia is racist at the core. I wouldn't say that. But I have met more than a few. Like when I discuss certain racial issues, especially like within the black community, we have people from Australia who are white people who are just, when I say aggressive, I mean aggressive, man. fucking aggressively like anti-black. Like I recall I was on Facebook and there was this nurse from Australia and it kind of started the whole dispute. It started right with this disagreement I had with this stay-at-home mom. I'm not gonna say her name, but it's just she had multiple kids, and she's from Australia, and she would always comment about George Floyd, other dumb shit. And it's like I was like, shut the fuck up. You're in fucking Australia. Now, if you want me to sit now, if you want to sit here and keep commenting on fucking like American issues, cool. Now I'm gonna start commenting on fucking Australian issues then, you know. And I started pointing out some of the racist issues that was going on in Australia. I'm like, how about you worry about that shit and let me worry about my goddamn country? How about you mind your fucking business? You know? And you know, she didn't like that. That was just my take on it, because I want to say something to kind of fuck with her a little bit. And but again, I mean, what I was saying, that it definitely had fucking merit. And then some of the shit she was saying was stupid. Like she was saying, oh, she was buying into the whole Ahmaud Arbery shit with Tim Pool, dumb shit like that, stupid shit like that. You know. So then there was this one of her buddies. It was this freaking white nurse, and who's in Australia. She started attacking me hardcore. And it was around the time that it was that I'm gonna show you what was they were so bent out of fucking shape over. It was there's a little black. It was a little white boy, Cannon Hinat, right? Cannon Hinat. They were talking about that, but they were in fucking Australia, right? So they had no idea what Cannon Hinat was even about. They had never been in North Carolina. I lived in South Carolina, right? That was directly underneath North Carolina, where this shit happened for over 30 years, and they were claiming that people were sitting there praising the death of Cannon Hinat. That shit was not fucking true. I was like, okay, you might find a few Twitter trolls that might be doing it, but that's not the primary, you know, view there. Bullshit. Because if I spent more than 30 years in South Carolina, let me show you what that shit is on a fucking map, right? North Carolina. Let me show you what that shit is. It's just basically where the shit happened at, right? Right? South Carolina is directly underneath that. So the culture there is not that much different from fucking South Carolina because the proximity is just too fucking close. Right? The culture there is not that much different. Not really. Now, the culture is different in certain pockets like Charlotte and like Raleigh and like Fayetteville, but for the majority of the state, that's not the case. Especially not when you get to the more rural counties, which make up the majority of the freaking state. Because North Carolina is also given the farmland, given how it's similar to South Carolina and Georgia and Virginia, where a lot of your tobacco is actually coming from. Given that. It is prime farmland, so most of it is rural. All right, so it's very similar to South Carolina in terms of culture. I can tell you, nobody was praising what was happening to Cannon Hinat if that shit wasn't even happening in the fucking area that it was fucking happening at. And North Carolina has a huge North and South Carolina has a huge minority population. Let me show you. North Carolina black population. I'm gonna show you. Cause so if that was like a prevailing view, right? You would hear it, but you wouldn't hearing it from that. And I can tell you, cause I lived in fucking South Carolina, and I would travel to North Carolina at least once every 2 weeks. I can tell you, I talked to the people there. I never heard that shit. That was never not, and I asked this fucking white nurse from damn Australia. I said, show me some screenshots. I said, start showing me a wealth of people doing that shit. She couldn't even show me one. I was like, what is the point in you doing this? What are you trying to prove here? It's not true what you're saying. 22% of North Carolina is black, right? So you would think I would have heard that shit if almost a quarter of the state is fucking black. But then let's look at South Carolina, where I was at, where it's directly underneath the fucking, directly underneath it. Right? The L key on my computer is broken. Black population. Right. 27.3%. Over a quarter of them are black. So again, once again, I would have heard something about that, right? You would think, right? That's why I asked for evidence, and when I asked for evidence, she never fucking presented it. And it's like you are using this child's death to politicize it. And you're doing it when you don't even live in the fucking country you them talking about. You are lecturing me, bitch, about the country that I live in. That's why I say some Australians, yeah, they are a little bit more aggressive, and I have to wonder if racism plays a fucking role. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be fucking honest with you, man. Has this gotta be? I gotta keep it a fucking buck with you. Yeah, that whole situation was fucking ridiculous. All right, you talking about people? No, it was more than a few Australians that was doing this shit, and I've known this shit for over the goddamn years, man. I'm just being. I was being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And but when it gets to the point that, you know, that you're lecturing me about an area that I fucking live in, like I mean, well, you don't even live in the goddamn country. I mean, come on, dude. That takes it a little bit beyond. And you had multiple people doing that because of that fucking Candy He Nat goddamn story. And I knew white people in North Carolina who were Trump supporters who were saying people ought to be fucking ashamed of themselves. No black person, no Black Lives Matter people were fucking praising this shit. Because you're talking about a little child. Most people on every side, right? Most people on any side, no matter how monstrous they are, even prisoners, even fucking prisoners in North Carolina and South Carolina, if you harm a child, they'll fuck you up. So do you really think that people who aren't prisoners are going to be praising the death of a fucking child? Do you really think that? Or do you think that's an extreme fringe minority? Even if you think BLM is like a terrorist group, right? Even amongst them, they are fucking the kinds of people who would praise the death of a fucking white child. Even amongst BLM, if you think that they are terrorists, right? That they're evil Marxists and everything else, right? Even amongst them, that would not be a primary sentiment. It will be shunned. It will be seen as horrible. People don't like it when you harm children. Even prisoners don't. And I know this because I've worked fucking corrections. I can tell you for a fact. I worked corrections in the state of South Carolina for multiple years. I can tell you for a fact. We've had interstate transfers from North Carolina, and I can tell you, nobody likes it when you touch a goddamn child. I know white supremacists who will fuck you up if you kill a goddamn black child. That's how it goes. That's the unwritten rule there. Doesn't matter what race the goddamn child is. If you fuck with a child, you go behind bars, you're fucking dead. The only way you're not dead is if we don't put you on you know, some people call it ADSEG, some people call it administrative holding, some people call it PC or protective custody, but whatever you call it, if we don't protect you, you're fucking dead. So if even prisoners have that kind of code, you're not going to convince me that the average BLM supporter is supporting the death of a goddamn child. That's just unbelievably bullshit. I can't even believe that I even had that goddamn discussion. And this person was a fucking nurse. And it's like, I can tell you're fucking racist, bitch. I can tell you don't like black people. I can tell. Because when you got to go through this fucking length, right? Right? This length. To hold on to something, and something that wasn't even true, and you're lecturing somebody about an area that they live in when you're not even in the same fucking country. With claims about something that when I ask you for evidence of, you never fucking present. And then she wasn't even the only one. She's the one that I'm highlighting because she's the one that annoyed me the most. But there were crowds of people doing this shit from fucking Australia, white Australians. It wasn't everybody. There were some white Australians who were calling this shit out, and I appreciate that shit. But there were a lot of them. They were just like, how come the media isn't talking about Cannon fucking in that? They were. How come the mainstream media is not? Because the guy was locked up for almost fucking immediately. The reason why people were upset with things like Tamir Rice or the situation where you had an officer throw a flashbang into a fucking baby's crib is because the officers never face punishment for that. Do you see the fucking difference? It wasn't that Candy Henat was white that they didn't cover it. They didn't cover it because what's the point in covering it when you already know the outcome? The guy's going to prison forever. He's never getting out. So you could be a little bit lax on that coverage because justice is almost assuredly going to be served there. You're not going to walk away from that. No, you're not. You're going to go to prison like you fucking deserve. You could because you killed a goddamn child, and that's where you fucking deserve to goddamn stay for the rest of your fucking life. If you kill a child, you should never see the light of goddamn day. Fuck you. I hope that once you're in prison, you face. I'm not gonna say certain things because there's certain things that even I can't get away with on YouTube because if I said it would sound horrible. But I hope for bad things to happen to that person. Whoever hurts a child, I just see you as less than goddamn human. So I don't care about what fucking happens to you. Fuck you. You know, if the prisoner decide to force you into some intercourse, you know, you rape children, fuck you. You hurt children, fuck you. You know, that's how I see it. Personally, in my opinion, I mean, you can not agree. You can totally not agree, but you know, that's just how I see it. But the idea that people were praising the death of Cannon Henat, that was bullshit. You know, that's such bullshit. But anyways, guys, let me go ahead and take another hit real quick. My CBD. All right. Let's get back into the news. All right. So, right now, we're going to go back over to Fox News. We're going to pick up this one news story that I saw. That was pretty crazy to me. So, this story is pretty crazy. It's a weather story, guys. So, if you're in Texas right now, oh my God, you are probably seeing something that you probably have not seen before in your life. You are probably seeing something that you probably have never seen before in your life. If you are in Texas right now, all right? If you're in Texas right now, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're in Texas right now, I'm not quite sure what to tell you. I know that you're probably confused. But if you know anything about the normal weather in Texas, you can see why this would probably be a little bit of an interesting thing. All right, so this is published 3 hours ago on February the 12th, 2021 by Julia Musto of Fox News. Texas ice storm damages trees, leaves over 58,000 without power. Texas is expected to see frigid temperatures and blizzard conditions through next week. An ice storm has frozen Texas, leading to widespread power outages, hazardous travel conditions, felled tree branches, and a fatal pileup involving more than 100 vehicles near downtown Fort Worth. A polar vortex around the U.S.-Canadian border is the cause of the extreme weather in the Lone Star State, resulting in frigid temperatures farther south than usual. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you how crazy that is, right? So I want you to see something real quick. A map of North America. I'm going to show you what Texas is.
Episodes on Thursdays. You can catch up anytime. My name is Kat, and I live alone above my cat cafe.
Sorry about that. There was a advertisement that was playing in the background. But let me go and show you how crazy this is, right? How just absolutely insane this is, right? So Texas, right? I want to kind of show you. Let me just grab this right here. Just grab a map and then just, yeah, there we go. That'll work. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna go this right here. So, all right, so Texas is way down here, right? That rest right there, way down there. You look back on the map, and Canada is up here. So a polar vortex is forcing snow all the way down to goddamn Texas near fucking Mexico. Oh my God. That tells you how crazy shit has gotten, man. That is fucking insane. Yo, like this ice storm, this nationwide ice storm is absolutely insane, man. That's insane, bro. Wow. Areas from Texas to the mid-Atlantic have felt the impact of the storm system, experiencing freezing rain, sleet, and snow through the end of the week. According to PowerOutage.us, more than 58,300 residents were without power on Friday morning, and CBS also reported that about 31,000 residents were impacted. The outlet noted that a central reason for the power outages is ice buildup on older trees near power lines, and a video captured by a TikTok user showed multiple icy branches suddenly crashing to the ground. Wow, let's look at this TikTok video real quick. That is interesting. I'm very intrigued that the mainstream media is more linking to TikTok users and more independent like content, but I would like it if all the love was given to just this guy here. Let's see here. Whoa. That is scary. Wow, that is scary. Yeah, that's your house, your car. Yeah, that's scary, dude. That is scary. That's real scary, dude. Like that's happening across the country, man. Like people need to know about this. Like if you don't have to go out right now, it's probably the good idea to go and stay in, man. Because right now things are pretty crazy outside right now, dude. Things are pretty crazy outside right now. Wow. Wow, that is pretty crazy. So we're gonna move on to another news story. That's pretty crazy though. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty wild. All right, so let's go and move on to new story. Okay, so we're gonna come over here to msnbc.com. We're gonna shift left. I know some of you is gonna be like, no, don't shift left. I want you to read for Newsmax and Fox News only, bro. Right? Fox, I want you to read from Fox, right? And Newsmax only, bro. All right, so we're going to talk about Netanyahu. All right. MSNBC is going after your boy Bibi Netanyahu. All right. MSNBC is going after your boy Bibi Netanyahu. If you know anybody who's Israeli, Make sure you get him in on the stream here. All right, so we have some comments in the live chat. Yeah, dehumanization. Yeah, that was a terrible crime. Poor babies, cause it was in her little brain. Yes, the Australian nurse was pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, cause that's just a fucking fantasy fever dream of racists. Yes. Some racists out there, they want you to believe that a bunch of black people out there are just praising the death of white children and just praising the death of white women and the rape of white women. Because again, that's how they attempt to lie to people. You know. So again, I want to share this story because they're going after your boy BB Netanyahu right now. Whoo boy. You know, again, MSNBC, they not holding back, and I appreciate it. So, you know, you gotta speak that truth, man. You gotta speak that truth. You gotta speak the truth, even if somebody might call you a bigot for it. You gotta speak that truth, man. And MSNBC, you gotta give it to them. They've been going at him. You gotta give it to him. Netanyahu's COVID plan is even more racist than Trump's. From the U.S. to the Palestinian territories, marginalized people are being overlooked in the COVID vaccine rollout. It's the opinion piece by MSNBC by Dean Abidallah, an MSNBC opinion columnist, published on February the 11th, which was yesterday, as of the recording of this video, 2021. All right. While Americans tuned in to watch the unusually engaging impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump for inciting violent mobs across the Atlantic, another world leader faces ongoing criminal allegations. After being indicted on charges of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust in 2019, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is now facing corruption charges, this time against the backdrop of his staggering mishandling of a pandemic. Sound familiar? Well, there's more. In the U.S., members of the Philadelphia City Council expressed their concerns last week after the new data showed that white residents in the city of brotherly love are receiving the COVID-19 vaccination at a rate of 3 times that of black residents. Similar reports issued from state and city boards of health around the country indicate that nationwide, the norm is that black people are being vaccinated at dramatically lower rates than white people. Like the virus itself, the coronavirus vaccination rollout highlights a stark racial disparity. But I'm going to tell you, he's about to get into Israel. Oh my God. The same glaring inequality of playing out with another group of marginalized people, Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza.
Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat.
Spicy meat. That is some spicy meat right there. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you say? Because you see what he did there. And Dean Abidallah, let me tell you something. That's a very smart mofo right there. You see what he did? He linked the Trump stuff in with the criticism of Israel. So it makes it much harder for the left to just say, oh, you're just being anti-Semitic. She want to say that in an anti-Trump article? She want to say that about an anti-Trump article? You sure about that? I don't think you want to do that. Not a good idea. In the West Bank, Palestinians, like my relatives, have their freedom of movement and therefore their freedom of even dream of having a better life, depending upon Netanyahu and his administration. In Gaza, the Netanyahu administration controls what is allowed in or out of the world's largest open-air prison for the 2 million Palestinians living there. This includes COVID-19. This also includes COVID-19 vaccines. Palestinians have been hit hard by the coronavirus, as United Nations human rights experts recently explained. The COVID-19 pandemic has been ravaging the West Bank and Gaza in recent months and has fractured an already badly under-resourced Palestinian healthcare system. The latest data from the World Health Organization indicates that in the Palestinian territories, there have been more than 180,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases and a fatality rate of 1.1%. That's far higher than the 0.7% fatality rate reported in Israel. Wow, that is, again, when you talk about percentage points, it's very, very interesting. But when you talk about hundreds of thousands, millions, or even billions of people, that's a little bit different. When you're talking millions, that little 0.1% makes a difference. It seriously does. Like that, there's just no other way around it. And if you don't understand that, you just don't get math, and I just don't have time to freaking explain it to you. I just don't have time. All right, sorry, I don't have time to explain it to anybody who doesn't get basic math. Percentage points mean very little to small numbers, but when you start getting into the millions, it means a lot. It's a big deal then. It's a big problem then. Then it's not just something that you can just easily ignore, unfortunately. It's not hard to see the parallels to the U.S., where black and brown lives are clearly not valued as much as white ones. The COVID-19 crisis is simply a reminder for us of the violence of the racial disparities that have always existed in our nation. The New York Times reported that while Israel, unlike the U.S. in this aspect, has emerged a world leader in vaccinating its population, almost all of the Palestinian residents in the West Bank and Gaza are still awaiting their first doses. Wow. Almost all of them. Let me see. He has a hyperlink here. I want to see that claim. So it's a New York Times article here. Israel's vaccine success unleashes a debate on Palestinian inequities. Its progress in vaccinating Israeli citizens against COVID-19 has laid bare a fiery debate over its duties in ensuring the health of Palestinians in occupied territory. Most have yet to receive their first dose. Wow. So listen, that's dumb, bro. That's dumb, because if you understand how a virus works, you might want to get these people vaccinated. Right? David Phillips says in the chat says, first we have Cosmic Squirrel says, because they are starving, got no access. Yeah, you're right there. David Phillips says, hello, sir. If you have the time, one day I would really like for you to do a reaction to Tom McDonald, fake, woke, or cancel. Both would be great. I enjoy listening to your videos. Thank you. All right, I will do that. And by the way, David, for you leaving a nice comment, and by the way, even if you don't necessarily agree with my content, if you just leave an insightful comment, I'll give you a wrench. You are now a moderator on the live chat. I give everyone wrenches who just leave insightful comments. I appreciate it personally. Even if you don't agree with the things that I have to say, I do appreciate insightful types of comments. So you are welcome with that, and I appreciate you being a fan. All right. But right now we're actually going over a news story about Israel denying access to Palestinians for COVID-19 vaccinations, which is just stupid. Because if you understand how a virus works, the virus is just gonna respread, and people think that once you get vaccinated one time, that's gonna be it. No. You got to retake vaccinations every year, because the virus is gonna mutate every year. It's just like the freaking flu. It's just like the freaking common cold. It's gonna mutate every year. So you're gonna be taking this vaccine annually. And even then, it doesn't protect you 100% of the time. So the more people that you have vaccinated, the better that the vaccine is going to be more, the more effective overall any vaccine is going to be. But if you got people out here who are vaccinated, but you got a whole other population of people out there who are not vaccinated, well, those populations at some point are going to intermingle, right? And if the vaccine is not 100% at 100%, I would say, let me see, I'm trying to find a word for that. At 100% efficacy, all right, or preventing, COVID-19 transmissions and also people getting the actual virus 100% of the time. Well, it doesn't really matter how many people you vaccinate from one side of the freaking population. If that other population is not vaccinated, that's a problem. That's just common sense. So what Netanyahu is doing in Israel is just stupid. It's just stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. He's gonna get people killed, man. Like, and me just saying that, right? I guarantee you, me just saying that, people are like, oh, well, that it's anti-Semitic to criticize Netanyahu. Is that I tell you what, it's anti-Semitic. I tell you what, you better not say nothing about Netanyahu. That's anti-Semitic. I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
All right. So I mean, it's just, again, I find it so weird, right? I find it so unusual that you can't criticize Israel for some of the things that the Israeli government has engaged in without you being called a bigot for it. And that's such bullshit. That's such bullshit. Because people are being essentially, if COVID-19 is ravaging through the West Bank and Gaza, and you're not getting, if you're not getting the vaccine to those people who actually need it, you're essentially killing those people. This is you're killing those people. That's fucked up. I even if you don't think that Israel shouldn't be responsible for like the freaking West Bank, that's just a human decency issue, man. You don't let people suffer like that. If you got vaccines, try to share it out, man. Help those people out. All right, so over here on Twitch, we got a troll here. Home Slice Jesus says, the vaccine makes you gay. Wow. That's just special. If half the population isn't vaccinated, but the other half is, the half that has been vaccinated won't get the virus. That's not the case. If you understand how vaccine efficacy rates work, the vaccines don't protect you 100% of the time. It only gives you a shielding from it most of the time, but not 100% of the time. And if you understand how people crowd up in crowded areas, what tends to happen is vaccines can become less and less effective over time. Again, you don't take it to account how many times you touch your face in like one day, how many times you rub your face in a single day, and so when you do that, you wear away at the vaccine's effectiveness every single time. Every time that you are exposed to that virus, it lowers the likelihood and the power of that particular virus. So if like 75%, so he actually responds on home puppy slush. So if like 75% have the vaccine, would they not have herd immunity? No, that's not how that works. If you isolate a population, because again, the West Bank and Gaza, with all the lockdowns that Netanyahu has actually imposed on the West Bank and actually Gaza, no, it wouldn't work that way. Herd immunity works from people operating like a herd, right? But if you haven't allowed people to intermingle and be a herd while also having, a vaccine, herd immunity doesn't really work, does it? Right? So that doesn't work that way. So again, if David Phillips or anybody on YouTube is wondering who I'm talking to, if you look on the screen there, you should see the comments from the Twitch chat to kind of see what this person is saying. That's why I like this screen, this particular screen more so than the other ones, because again, it allows all of my audience to kind of see what each other is actually saying. So over on the YouTube chat, we got a smiley face from David Phillips. Also, it says we disagree sometimes. Different opinions, when brought together, can lead to deeper understanding. That's why I'm here. To further knowledge is to create wisdom. I agree with you, brother. I 100%. I'm all about just finding the truth. And one thing that I think people mutually agree with me on is that the government is fucking them over, and the government is bullshit. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get back to this particular piece here, because I think it's very, very interesting to see what's happening here. So the Netanyahu administration has provided vaccinations to a large number of Israeli settlers who live in the West Bank in violation of international law, but has not provided them to the native Palestinians there. The Israeli government has also made vaccinations available for Palestinians living in Israel who are citizens, as well as Palestinians who qualify as permanent residents in East Jerusalem. But Israeli health officials deny any responsibility to assist Palestinians living in occupied territories, which is just stupid. Because once again, if you have extra vaccinations, and if you understand how this virus works, again, this is not going to be a one-time thing. You're gonna have to take a vaccination annually. All right, it's gonna be like a freaking flu shot because COVID-19 has been mutating at a freaking alarming rate. So you're not gonna. It's not gonna be like a one-time thing where you get like one little vaccine and like that's a wrap for it. Oh no, that's not how. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. So some people don't seem to understand that the same way that you take a flu vaccine every fucking year. All right, the same way you're gonna have to take a COVID vaccine every year, bro. Every year, I promise you. So again, I'm the same guy who was trying to warn people about COVID-19 for a long time, and people would not listen, and it's just unfortunate. But once again, what you got to understand is that it's not gonna work out where it's like the the vaccine is like a one-time thing. All right, if you got a virus that doesn't mutate, that's one thing. But this virus mutates like crazy. Like you already have different variants, right? That are changing from each other. Now, so far, the vaccine, from what we know so far, it is only a guesstimation. All right, and some people don't like when I use the word guesstimate, but it's only a guesstimation, right? Only a guesstimation. It may be effective against other particular strains of COVID. It may be effective. It may not be. Who knows? Maybe not. Who knows? But that's why this is a huge problem, because if you vaccinate one side of a freaking fence, but the other side isn't vaccinated, even if you want to make the argument for herd immunity, you understand that herd immunity isn't going to be 100% effective, even in a normal scenario. Herd immunity is not 100% effective 100% of the time. If you go about it of not vaccinating everybody or enough of your population to allow them to particularly intermingle, right? So you can't just cage off one side of your population, have another side that's completely like almost entirely vaccinated. You think herd immunity works like that? You think that if I vaccinated, let's say that I come up with a rabies type of vaccine, right? That I figure out a way to prevent rabies, right? Right. Let's say that I find a way to prevent rabies, right? Which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. By the way, Jason dropped a link in the live chat about this is from Penn and Teller about bullshit about vaccines. Thank you there for dropping that link in the chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I love that show. Watch that shit live. Yeah, all right. So yeah, so that we can kind of correct our friend. We're gonna watch this live. Actually, we're gonna watch that live. All right, we're gonna copy that link address real quick. We're gonna watch that live so we can kind of correct our friend here, because home puppy slush. I want you to come back on here through. And I want to go ahead and do it. I'm gonna show it. Don't you worry. I'm gonna show it. We are gonna show it. Cosmic Squirrel. Yep. Thayer wants you to get flu shot every year. COVID is the flu. It's a stronger mutation of the original virus. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's very true. So let's go ahead and show it real quick. All right. I'm gonna turn on the
enough due process. I am curious. After seeing everything yesterday and that presentation,
Let me mute that sound real quick. All right. Let me just mute this real quick. It's still playing even though I stopped it. All right. Let me just. Okay. So let's hope we don't get a copyright strike for this. All right, make sure everything's set up on my end. All right, so we're gonna watch this live real quick because we're gonna educate some of my friends here about this about vaccinations. It's gonna be pretty interesting.
Hi, I'm Pan, and this is my partner Teller. You may have heard vaccination causes autism in 1 out of 110 children. Fuck that. Total bullshit. It doesn't. But let's imagine.
I love Penn and Teller. This immediately goes in like bullshit.
It does. We'll compare 2 groups of children. Teller's group gets no vaccinations. My group does. I'll use this plexiglass to represent the vaccinations. Oh, that's bad. My vaccination wall knocked 1 of the children out of line. That's
Wow. So you get it, right? You get what he's doing. So basically this is brilliant. So he's kind of explaining the whole bullshit with vaccinations, like the whole thing with vaccines cause autism, by using a very set piece to kind of explain that. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
That's our 1 in 110 with autism. In the 1920s, before the diphtheria vaccination was common, there were 13 to 15,000 deaths a year from that disease. If you got it, your chances of dying were about 40%.
So basically, so he's gonna use the sets here, and basically the balls represent all the problems. Basically, all the stuff that you're being vaccinated against, right? And so he starts throwing it at people, throwing at the things that represent people. It says, "Oh, okay, so I bumped this one person out of the frame with autism, or whatever problem that you're claiming, or whatever issue that you're claiming, or whatever bullshit that you're claiming. Now I'm gonna show you what these goddamn shits, if they're vaccinated against, what they usually do to the human population." That's fucking brilliant. That is, oh my god, I love it.
In 1952, just before the Salk vaccine became common, there were about 58,000 cases of polio. If you get unlucky, you might end up permanently disabled or dead. Meningitis, hepatitis A, and
I love it because they don't just give you information, but they give you a visual reference. I think that's what separates them from like a lot of other people who do this kind of work, right? They give you a visual reference to kind of go with, and that's pretty fucking incredible. I love it because it's very hard to deny it when you can see a visual reference, right? You can kind of see how ridiculous the counter arguments are, right? You can kind of see how absolutely fucking ridiculous they are. God, I love the showmanship. It's just a beautiful thing to fucking watch, man. It really is.
B, flu, mumps, whooping cough, pneumonia, rotavirus, rubella, smallpox, tetanus.
Notice, right? Notice how on the other side he's got the vaccination who's just blocking all the balls. And on the other side, motherfuckers is getting annihilated. That is so brilliant, man. That is, I love what they did here. God, that's so good. God, that is so good. Oh, that is so good. Oh, because you can see how ridiculous it is now because you got a visual reference. So you can kind of show it to pretty much all your freaking anti-vaxxer friends to show them how ridiculous what they're saying is.
Yes. Chicken pox. Chicken pox. We have vaccinations against all of them. Which side do you want your child to stand on? So even if vaccination did cause autism, which it fucking doesn't, anti-vaccination would still be bullshit.
Wow. That was absolutely incredible. Oh my God. I love the visual reference there because that puts it into focus for you. That it's hard to deny what they're saying when you see it on screen and when you see a visual reference. That's what sealed the deal for me. That was fucking incredible. Thank you, Sky, for giving that to me. That was so funny. Oh man, I love Penn and Teller. They are always great. They are always so great. They are always so great, man. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I mean, again, so I covered something with several things, but again, I think we can wrap the show up there, guys. If you guys, somebody wants to call in, you can, but we have somebody in the stream room there. All right, here, Sky, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, right. Thank you for sending me that video. That was incredible. I loved it. That was
good.
Funny. That was. I love the visual reference. Right.
Okay.
I love the visual reference because it makes it easier to show people how ridiculous things are when if you can see the visual reference, you know.
Yeah. Well, the visual reference is taken from statistics, so stuff that's verifiable, and unfortunately, it's actually reproducible. All you have to do is stop vaccinating everybody.
Oh, Jesus. Well, let's not do. Oh my God.
Yeah, let's not fucking do that.
Let's not. Oh my God, please no.
Yeah. Also, as far as it being the flu, I wouldn't say it's the flu. I mean, they work sort of similarly, sure, but you couldn't just get the flu vaccine.
But I think
that
that what's being expressed there is not so much to say that it's literally the flu, but to say that you're gonna have to get annual shots like the flu. I think that's what being expressed. Yeah. It's not. It's like people. I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get like a one-time shot. No, that's not how COVID is gonna work, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. Once you start getting this many variants like this, you can kind of tell.
If it never mutated, maybe, but
it's already mutated. It's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. So tell me, is there any news story that's been grinding your gears? Personally?
Not really. There's been this really annoying trend on Twitter to say stop sexualizing X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, these are from and it's usually people in the LGBT community that's doing this, and it's like, why are you kink shaming?
Let me go ahead and give you a nice little preface first. Sky is actually gay, so he can say this shit. He can talk as much shit.
I'm pan.
But he's married to a fucking man, so he has every right. So, but you're saying that people in the LGBT community are kind of like kink shaming?
Sort of. Like, some people have legitimate points, right? And they say, I want to be able to do this, that, and the other without being treated like a sexual object. Sure, absolutely, that's fine. But if you want to go around and say, and this is like the perfect example, stop sexualizing femboys, and it's like, okay, they, if they don't want to be sexualized, that's fine. They certainly have that right. But if I'm inside my head and I start thinking things, right, and I don't share them with you, whatever, that's fine. I shouldn't have to hate myself because I find somebody attractive. That's
right.
So bullshit.
Right. And it's so weird that people from the LGBT community would be like that, because isn't the whole purpose of the whole community is to be accepting of people so long as they're not hurting nobody?
Yeah, well, fundamentally it's flawed because they're not accepting of typically like cisgendered straight people, which is the exact opposite of what originally the LGBT movement was supposed to be.
Well, let me go ahead and also give a preference. This Sky, the person that you're talking to, the person that you're hearing from right now, he is not on the right, not in any fucking stretch of the imagination. We get into arguments sometimes about healthcare, about that kind of shit, because he wants all that shit to be taxpayer funded. Okay, so he is not on the right at all. Oh my god.
I think when well, here's the thing. I think when everybody has a vested interest in their own healthcare, then more or less the system should ultimately work. The thing is that most people are only looking out for themselves in that case.
How do you
which
feel?
is not a bad thing. It's just ultimately selfish people lead to non-altruistic things.
How do you feel about Biden ending private prisons or the funding of it? Because I know that you've talked about this several times.
No, I think fundamentally private prisons are racist. They keep black people locked up for longer periods of time because the longer they keep them locked up, the more money they make.
And I'm glad that you said that, because so if somebody were to like clip that, they'd be like, "Oh, he's on the right." There's no way you're gonna say this guy's on the right after he just said that shit.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
I like the okay. I'm all for the idea of privatizing prisons as long as it doesn't cause that sort of behavior. Like, if you want to sit there and say, okay, if you want to run this exactly the way it should be ran, morally, ethically, and fiscally responsible, okay. But if you can't do that, where you're keeping people locked up for bullshit reasons, fuck you. Go lock yourself up in the same jail that you fucking built for yourself to make money off of fucking prisoners. What kind of bullshit is that? What kind of human do you have to be to sit there and say, I'm gonna lock you up and make money off of it? Ha 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 ha. Okay, seriously, what the fuck?
So what do you? Oh, okay, so how would you like for federal prisons to actually run in terms of like what do you think a federal crime should be?
One that isn't affected by one that doesn't essentially take place inside the jurisdiction of another state.
Okay. Do you how
Yeah,
much?
for example, what? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so for example, the federal courts are typically used for suits between citizens of different jurisdictions, states. When states sue each other, that's a good federal case. As far as criminal liability, overseeing the people who are put in charge of other people, and not just. And I'm not specifically saying prisons in this case, but like governors and senators and state senators and state congressmen and women, and those types of criminal liabilities. As far as more violent offenders, I think it should be handled by local the local jurisdiction where the crime took place, with the exception of where it would otherwise be impossible to convict them. Okay, so like in Idaho, there's that little portion of the Yellowstone, not Yellowstone. Was it Yellowstone? Yellowstone National Park? Yeah, there's a small sliver of there's like 50 square miles or something like that, where if you kill somebody, there's nobody there to convict you.
Right.
Right. So, just based off of legal loopholes in the Constitution or whatever, which is, it would obviously never pan out, because you would eventually be prosecuted. But not saying that murder is a good thing. Murder is definitely not a good thing. Nobody should ever murder anybody for any reason ever. But
I don't know, man.
I've met
some people, man.
Right.
I've met some people.
Where there's a clear defined victim, that stuff should be handled by the local municipalities. Unless of course they start trying to murder people, in which case it really shouldn't be handled by them, because I call state executions, I call them murder, because they basically are.
Right. You strongly disagree with public.
You shouldn't be killing anybody. Nobody should be killing anybody for any reason. It's a complete waste of fucking time.
You know what's interesting about you, Scott? You know, a lot of people don't know that that people would look at you and they would never assume if they know what you look like, they would never assume that you're a freaking combat soldier, a hardcore combat soldier. They would
I
have
look like
no
a fucking
idea.
hippie.
Yeah, he looks like a freaking hippie. but typically this is how combat veterans actually talk. Like we don't want problems. Like when you hear me speak and I'm so aggressive, right? I'm so angry. It's usually something that's like pissed me off. But that's not how I usually am. People who are combat veterans, we don't want problems, man. We've seen war, we've seen violence, and to be honest with you, we good. We don't want that shit. You know, I try to avoid it wherever I fucking can. You?
Yeah.
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 You know, I think Cat Williams says it best. He said, you know, as soon as anybody sees something, like, we're out of there. And, like, he was specifically talking about black people, but
yeah.
I mean, that could easily apply to combat veterans. Like, as soon as we see some shit, we're like, get the fuck away from here.
yeah. Like we have this saying in the military. It's called pop smoke. We pop smoke real quick, man.
Did you in the stream?
Huh?
Never mind.
We actually pop smoke like a fucking ninja, man. Ninja vanish. Yeah. You know, we freaking Naruto run out of the fucking room because I actually remember it was one time that me and you went down to this freaking gas station. And I was so freaking paranoid, and the whole time you kept looking around, I kept looking around, and we were almost walking in like a little slow moving like circle, right?
I mean, we were both like high as fuck. So
yeah, but again, we were paranoid as shit. Like again, the hypervigilance, man, we ain't trying to hear that shit. So actual combat veterans, right?
Thank you, Cosmic Swirl.
Thank you, Cosmic Squirrel. Actual combat veterans, we don't want problems. So that's how you know that a lot of these people on freaking YouTube be like bullshit about.
I don't know, man. Like most of them don't want problems. Some of them want problems. Like, okay, all right, and this is verifiable. Okay, I only want to give verifiable evidence to this. Okay, not anecdotes. Okay, you can go on YouTube or any other video streaming platform. You can see these people. They hunt down people for stolen valor, right? You know what stolen valor is? Okay. Yeah. Well, do you know what stolen valor actually is, though? Like, what it is specifically? Like, without looking it up.
It's claiming military service and trying to get benefits based on the military service that you didn't.
It's specifically the benefits part.
Right.
If you can go around and wear a bunch of military bullshit, right? And as long as you're not trying to get benefits, while it may be morally objectionable, there's absolutely nothing illegal about it.
Yeah,
nothing at all.
Because then what's stopping somebody from saying
you're not?
Well, you're wearing a freaking Nazi fucking uniform, so I'm gonna punch you like a goddamn Nazi. Wait, no, that's not.
That's harassment. That's fucking harassment.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you probably shouldn't be going around wearing Nazi uniform unless you're at cosplay convention or some stupid shit like that, right? I love cosplay conventions. If you're like, but if you're just regular Joe Schmo on the street, just walking down the street, and you got a Nazi uniform on, and people look at you funny, like, expect people to look at you funny, but stop short of fucking harassment. Like, there's no point in harassing somebody. You're just enabling them, make them want to keep doing it.
Clearly that person has some problems, so you just probably better off just like avoiding them.
Like, just go the other direction. Yeah. Like, some crazy shit's like, you see somebody walking around in a Nazi uniform, and it's not like fucking Comic-Con or SakuraCon or Anime Week in Atlanta or whatever. I used to go to AWA actually, and and they're doing some cosplays for some anime that has that shit. Like, if it's not that, right, something about to happen. You should probably ignore them and go the other direction.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it's funny, man. So
just leave.
So people actually think that I carry a gun on me and the knives on me to kind of like be like, oh, I'm big bad man. Well, I do that. What are you talking about?
I
don't. But the reason I've actually told you the reason why. It's just so that you don't approach me. That's it. It's not that it's not so much that I want to hurt you. It's that I just don't want to talk to you.
It's very effective.
I just don't want to talk to you. I don't want a conversation. I just want to go to the store or go do whatever I want to do.
I don't
just be on my way.
Really find guns a deterrent like that. I'll fucking talk to you anyway. Be like, hey, what's up, man? That's nice.
You're a goddamn psycho. That's why.
Be like, what is that? Is that a 3.5 inch Beretta there? Is that is that 44, or is it just 9 mil short? What you got?
And that'll be right around the time that freaking Jason Voorhees shows up and start beating you up with the freaking axe or some shit. That'll be right around that time.
Guess I'll die.
Oh man. By the way, what do you think about the winter storm? So apparently there's a winter storm that started at the border of at the freaking Canadian and U.S. border, and the snow from that
called a nor'easter. Is that what it is?
The snow from that has traveled all the way down to damn Texas.
Yeah,
that's
nor'easter.
Crazy.
I think is what it's called.
That's crazy.
It's basically, I think it's the opposite of a hurricane, or not the opposite. Okay, so the antithesis of a hurricane is just clear fucking weather. You know.
Right.
I think it's like how a warrant officer is to a regular officer. Okay, they're just off to the side, like it's something completely okay. If the law of the land is the death sentence and people know but proceed to break the law severe for the death penalty, that's a personal responsibility according of accepting consequences. In my opinion, sure, yeah, that's fine. Death penalty exists. I don't agree with it, but it exists. And if you break the law and they put you to death, I mean, that's kind of something that you should probably be expecting.
Right.
If you sign a contract, you should expect that whatever's in that contract is going to happen.
Right. The thing is, though, is that there's a difference between the law and what's actually right. What you got to understand is that Sky has seen war. He doesn't want to see people dead anymore. He's probably seen a lot of horrible, fucked up shit. And war will make it so that you don't want to see anyone else suffer. And so that's just where he's at, man. And Sky has become a complete pacifist from a combat soldier, because nothing makes you become like a pacifist.
I'm not a pacifist.
You are a pacifist.
I believe in self-defense.
Listen, I believe in
self-defense.
You believe in self-defense, but you will not go out of your way to get into a fucking fight, though. You will run away.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you will run away.
If somebody's like remotely trying to fight me, and like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to put up with it. I'm gonna go back home and smoke some weed and feel great.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. So I mean, again, like war has made it so that people just don't want to see no more death, man. I don't want to see no more death, man. Like again, like I can advocate
tragic waste.
I can advocate for a death penalty for certain situations, but it's pretty fucking extreme. It's got to be pretty fucking extreme. Like it's got to be like if you're like a mass murderer, I can only do it then. But even then, I have a hard time doing it. I don't want to see anybody get fucking them killed. I don't want to see that, because war just made me like it's like I just don't want to see it no more, man. I'm tired of seeing people goddamn die. That shit sucks, man. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
It does. What do you think about Joe Biden ending the trans ban?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not entirely certain why it is that you would want to stop people from serving their country. I mean, like, the thing is that originally I think they tried to say that it would be the mission, right? And or shit like that, right? Like it would be detrimental to the mission or whatever. And it's like, well, how do you know?
Right,
are you just assuming? Because classically, in the past, I want to say 240 some odd years, or rather 250 some odd years. As a matter of fact, in the last 249 years, trans people haven't been allowed to serve openly in the military, in the United States military, right? So how do you know it would be detrimental to the mission?
Right. And also they made the same argument against it as
I don't know,
as homosexuality. The only point that I would give them, and I made a video about it at the time. The only point that I would give them is the whole transitioning thing, about how expensive it would be. Yeah, I totally get that. But for the standpoint, but even in that video, I said ultimately this shit is unconstitutional.
No. Right. If you say that the surgery is really, really expensive, then I could make the argument that you don't support our soldiers, our troops, because they are still troops.
Right.
They're still soldiers.
Right. But that was the only point that I could give them, because again, when you make a video like that, you got to give the other side at least 1 point. That was the only point I was gonna give them. Like, ultimately, my friend's gay. You know how I'm probably gonna lean. I got to kind of play it up to the fucking audience. But if at the end of the video I'm still saying ultimately this shit is unconstitutional.
David, I didn't think there was any disrespect.
Oh no, David. We have no problems here. By the way, your last name is pretty interesting.
Actually, that's my brother's name. David Phillips is my brother's name.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But once again, man, hey, listen. I think that's very, very cool that trans people are allowed to serve. What do you think about the health secretary being on trans?
The what?
The health secretary that Joe Biden had nominated. The trans lady, Rachel.
What's her name?
Rachel Levine.
Rachel
Levine.
Rachel
Yeah.
Levine. Oh, actually, I'm not super familiar with her work.
I'm surprised that you are my friend and you are not informed by something. Oh, you know what? That's it. After the stream's over, I'm coming over and I'm freaking tell you off because you are embarrassing me right now. That's messed up, man.
Sounds very boring.
I told you about this. I told you about this several times. You need to remember. But I thought that it was pretty interesting how we have our first trans person who and that actually held like federal office. First one ever.
Really?
Yeah, first one ever. Yep. She's first.
Wait, is she in office or is she just on the cabinet?
No, she's in office.
I guess that would mean
she's the health secretary. That's a pretty big office.
Secretary of the Department, Assistant Secretary for Health. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's a pretty big office. That's a big job. Yeah, that's again. I was.
She's the nominee. She hasn't actually been.
Oh yeah, she's gonna get in there because Democrats control the House, Senate, and the freaking White House. She's in there. But
okay.
What a fucking legend says. Why do you make 1 million community posts a day? Because I make 1 million ones because I like it. Why? Because YouTube says that we can make community posts, and where else would I post that content?
I mean, like, okay. The correct answer to that question is because I want to.
Oh no, I wouldn't be. But what a fucking legend I gave you. I gave you a wrench because again, you actually left a fucking insightful comment. You could actually insult me and still leave a fucking insightful comment, and I will still give you a goddamn wrench. I will still give you a wrench. You want to know why? Because that's the rules here. I don't care what your criticism is, so long as it's something that's fucking legible that I can actually respond to, and it's not just something fucking trolly, I will still give you a wrench. I will still reward you. You know, I know it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but
let's see here. What is her career? She was a fellow.
She actually went to Harvard,
Mount Sinai Hospital.
Yeah,
where she's trained in pediatrics. After she moved from Manhattan to Central PA, she joined the staff at Penn State Hershey Medical Center. Oh, that's cool.
Right.
During her tenure there, she created Penn State Hershey Medical Center.
Right. I want to go ahead and show this on stream though. Rachel Levine, because it was very, very interesting. People didn't realize like her actual background. It is kind of cool that she made it up there because she actually went to fucking Harvard, man. Harvard, like. So again, people out there saying, "Oh no, it's like a freaking diversity hire bullshit." She went to Harvard. You don't just make it through goddamn Harvard, son.
Apparently, she's directly responsible for helping save almost 1,000 opioid users.
Yeah,
from overdose, which is pretty cool. Like, are people who had already overdosed, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah. And I want to give people a link to the story because
it's
to her background.
Level of, but who the hell can be like Norman Borlaug? Shit.
Second question: why do you have 4K subs and 8 viewers? I don't know. I get a lot of viewers sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Like if you go back on my channel, sometimes I'll get views for like 2,000 views. Sometimes I'll get like 10,000 views. Sometimes I'll get like 30,000, 40,000 views. It just depends on the freaking video. I put out a variety of content, and some content gets more noticed than others.
Yeah, I think it's more like, you know, how many people actually go and watch live streams nowadays?
Yeah.
Like and you know, I can sit there and say like, okay, somebody who has millions and millions of subs, right?
Right.
They probably get a few thousand people watching them on a regular basis. Like, you think how many subs do you think Markiplier gets watch at one time? And that dude has over 10 million subscribers, right? Like, the comparison is comparable. I mean, if he's got 8 people watching his, you know, he probably has a certain number of subscribers at least,
Right.
you know.
And there's some people who subscribe to this channel just for this content, just for the live stream news, because it's very difficult to find somebody who's comfortable with
Cuomo.
You know, it's very difficult to find somebody who is comfortable with going on camera and just giving you the news and also giving you their fucking take, but to keep up the same energy like this throughout the entire stream. It's next to impossible to find somebody like that. It's insane. So some people just subscribe just to get that content. There's some people subscribe to get the news and views in under a minute. Some people don't like cops, so they come to my channel because I'm Cop Hater Prime. Some people don't like judges. I make content about judges. So again, I get a variety of different types of content. But like yesterday, I think the day before yesterday, I had a freaking live stream. Whereas you have a wrench on your name because I give everybody a wrench. I made you a moderator in the video chat. Everybody's a moderator in the chat who leaves insightful comments. Even if you don't necessarily agree with me, I still do it. I still do it.
A Cuomo, like sue? Did she sue?
Didn't she sue
the nursing homes?
She do a Cuomo nursing home and she took her own mother out. I don't think so. I'm looking through her life story right now. I don't see anything here about it. I didn't. I mean,
I have 16 followers on Twitch, right? But like nobody ever fucking watches me.
All right, but here again, I'm just glad that we gave somebody like this like this a chance, because again, nobody can say that she's a diversity hire. Bullshit. You attended Harvard.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, when you say diversity hire, do you mean like she was only hired because she was a trans? Because some people because some people are already claiming that, and that's not true. If trans makes you qualified to do anything, being trans doesn't make you qualified for Secretary of Health.
No, it doesn't. But again, some people have made the whole again,
life experience makes you qualified to do shit.
Right. So, but anyway, Sky, is there anything else that you want to add to the stream, man? I'm about to go ahead and wrap it up here. A second.
You're gonna wrap it up? What?
Yes, I gotta wrap it up.
Started.
No, I gotta put a condom on it, man. I gotta put a condom on it. I gotta put a magnum on it.
TMI, man.
Listen.
Wholly inappropriate. That's wholly inappropriate.
If you don't put a condom on it, it's gonna drip from the freaking tip, and you just don't want that, right? Right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So,
why do you remain friends with me? I don't know.
Oh, because you're a cool guy. Cool dude, and you like eating my cooking, so
yeah. You.
But most people like eating my cooking. I don't know. I'm probably gonna stream on Twitch if anybody wants to come join me over there.
Absolutely. Hey, drop a link in the live chat here so I can post it in the Twitch chat and also the YouTube chat.
I'm just putting the chat real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and drop it in the YouTube chat. And by the way, you run a server called Authority Gamer, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Can you post a server invite into the chat, please?
I mean, yeah. I mean, anybody that's a member on Authority Gamer can create.
Okay. I got a link. I'm gonna go ahead and post it in the live chat, guys. Authority Gamer is a server where they play a lot of games. Like Sky here, he owns over 300 games, and so pretty much she plays a lot of poker, a lot of like action games, a lot of SCP. He plays Payday. He plays. I mean, how many games do you actually own?
A lot.
like over 300. I'm like over 300.
301.
301. Wow. Wow. So yeah, that's a link to the Discord there. They also play games where you can actually win real prizes, like actual money. So you might want to go ahead and join. Also, make sure you drop a link to your chat there. Make sure you get Twitch chat. Okay, I got that right there. Let me go ahead and make sure I repost it myself. Oh, nope. Don't want to post that. Let me open this up real quick. Sky Does Games. Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure. I know it's you, but I want to repeat it for the audience. You know how that works, right?
Yeah, I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday from noon to 4. I'm planning on adding more to that, but I do Fallout 4 on those days and times.
Right.
So you keep up with that. I'm also, planning on doing some other games as well.
All right.
Just on the side, like Minecraft, League of Legends, or something like that. What's up, some gamer? How's it going?
It's going. But I'm more interested in your poker games, man, because I learned how to play poker. He taught me how to play Texas Hold'em, and told me how to play some poker. So it sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would love to go ahead and play some poker with you. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you for joining us today. I want to thank everybody else for joining us today, guys. If you want to follow me on social media, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the share button, make sure that you share the content, make sure you let other people know that I run this content. And when you also make sure you downvote the content. Make sure you give me a dislike or a like, whatever you think I deserve. All right. Whenever I get a chance. All right, so if you get time to watch Utopia, I would love to hear what you thought. Thank you, bro, from Cosmic Squirrel on YouTube. I'm going to watch that. I'm actually pretty interested now. Now that I had Bearing in my chat. I actually had Bearing in the chat the other day where I was talking about reparations. I would love to know more about Australia now because it's very, very interesting how everyone's so interested in America, and I would love to know more about that. With that being said, guys, oh yes, and Sky wants to add one last thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday, so y'all better do something for me.
Got you. All right. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Cosmic Chaos. Thank you, Cosmic Squirrel. Thank you, What a Fucking Legend. Thank you, David Phillips. Thank you, everyone who joined me to chat. Thank you, Sky. Again, thank you so much for all support, guys. I want to tell you guys, DM Cosmic Chaos, you are the shit. And by the way, I want to thank you again for allowing me to do that Tom Tillis video. I know you could have trusted many other content creators with that video, but you gave me the chance with it, and I managed to smash him out in a minute or less. With that being said, guys, wear a mask, don't get COVID, and until next time, horns up, peace out.